emphasize why these chart patterns are so important, hey, the greatest winning stocks over the history, over the last 100 years, have shown these price patterns. A few of them are on the right-hand side: Apple, Google, Cisco. Okay, Apple broke out of a cup with handle in 2004, which started this monster run. Google was out of a cup at that point, and then Cisco a double bottom. Okay, it's amazing, right? It's
Sure.
amazing, Richard, right? We've seen some of these model books, and you just see it over and over again, these patterns happening.
And now, Arusha, we're going to go over a couple of these examples today and kind of show what the characteristics are and how to find them. But I just want, before we do that, I want everyone to know that the characteristics that we're going to go over today, these didn't just get pulled out of the air. This isn't our opinion. These go back to those underlying themes in technical analysis: the supply and demand, the resistance levels, the trend. Studying those and studying what works in the market led us to develop these characteristics for chart patterns, and that's why we look for these things. Not to mention the fact that we have seen them repeat themselves countless times throughout the history of the stock market. But let's jump into the first one, Arusha. Let's talk cup with handle. I know that's one of the more common ones. You usually see these at the beginning of a rally. Let's talk about the characteristics that we can look for to help us find these cup and handle patterns and how we can use them to get into stocks.
Right. And now there are a lot of cup and handles out there, but the ideal cup with handles that we look for have a very strong prior uptrend, usually up at least 30%. Then they'll take a rest, 7 to 8 weeks long at least, and usually during this time they're not going to correct more than 33%. This shows that there are still a number of buyers taking advantage as the stock is coming down. And finally, we want to see that powerful breakout. And so here is a quick diagram of a pretty nice cup with handle here. And so as you can see, here's a strong prior uptrend. There were a lot of funds buying the stock. They were pushing it up, but finally the stock had to take a break. So it went into consolidation, at least 7 to 8 weeks long, and then that powerful breakout. So this is the type of action that we're looking for, and it's during that breakout. And of course, we're looking also for on high volume, which is showing that there's a tremendous amount of demand coming into the stock. When the stock is at prices where it's never been before, and that's letting us know, hey, there are some big players, big mutual funds coming into this stock, and they're going to really hold it, and they're very optimistic about it.
Now, I know there's a couple of Sharpies out there in the audience because someone's typing in. They know what this stock is, of course. Yeah, a lot of people who've been in the market the last couple of years know that this is Chipotle, one of the best examples of the cup and handle pattern out there. Let's go ahead and pull MarketSmith up, Arusha, and take a look at the Chipotle chart from back then, so we can see kind of the context of where that appeared and what happened afterwards. I'm going to use the change date feature up here at the top of MarketSmith and go back. I think the date on this one, correct me if I'm wrong, was September 1st of 2010. And if we jump back here, we can see exactly what you were saying. Here's your strong prior uptrend, right? Here's your consolidation, and here you see support coming in here at the bottom of the cup. Check that out.
And look at this 3.1 million coming in there. That was on earnings. Big time funds were coming in, and they realized that Chipotle had a lot further to run.
And here you have the right side of that base forming up. Obviously, demand coming in on some good volume. And here's your support again, resistance on top, all very constructive signs. And as you learn to understand kind of these foundations of technical analysis, you can see that this is very plain constructive action. Even if you had no idea what a cup and handle was, this is all great technical action. This breakout through resistance on big volume, another big clue. And so obviously, very textbook pattern, a sign of strength as far as chart patterns go. And of course, I think we all know what happened to Chipotle from this point forward. It had a huge run. Here's your cup and handle from its beginning back here. Just a year later, it doubled from that point. So it definitely pays to learn to recognize some of these signals, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and it's amazing. This is only at 300, and now it's at 400, right? So it went up another third from here at this point. But yeah, these patterns will occur over and over again, and this is why it makes it so worth it to spend the time to really learn what a good cup with handle pattern is, or some of the other bases we'll talk about.